it's Ann from the Olive Scene. Thanks for joining me for our Facebook Live Cooking with Ann. And tonight we are going to make a raspberry glazed chicken breast. This is one of those dishes that was a real surprise for me because I'm not somebody that really likes a lot of fruitiness with something savory like with meat. However, you are going to love this. It is incredible. So to begin with, I am going to start with this wonderful za'atar that we carry. This one, we have two flavors. One is just a straight za'atar, which is a lot of thyme and sesame and other things. And then the spicy za'atar. I'm going to use the spicy za'atar because my husband's always saying how, oh, this is really good, but it's not spicy enough. So we're going to knock his socks off today. So I have that za'atar going. We're also going to use, of course, our wonderful raspberry infused white balsamic vinegar. This is a wild raspberry from the northern Pacific region. It is bright and wonderful for any vinaigrette, but you're going to love it in this recipe. Also going to start the cooking with harissa oil. It's a spicy blend that is infused into the oil, and that's also going to give it a lot of spice. So if you don't want it really spicy, cut back on the za'atar. Maybe just use salt and pepper or some thyme. You can not add the red pepper flakes, which I'm going to add at the end. And you can also use just a pure extra virgin olive oil if you want and not start with the harissa. But the combination of the harissa oil with the raspberry is just incredible. So I highly recommend that you try it that way. So what I did was I took the za'atar, salt and pepper, and you can see that I did a nice little dry rub there on both sides. So I'm just going to take care of this one. And I'm going to let that sit for just a minute while my pan is getting ready. I wanted to do the whole dinner that I'm going to do for us tonight. So while my pan is getting hot, I'm just going to go quickly through the other things we're having for dinner. I'm going to do a roasted cauliflower. And in this way that I always roast vegetables. About 3 really good rules. Cut your vegetables about the same size, so they roast about the same. So I did that. Put them in a bowl. Do not put them on your tray and drizzle the oil onto the vegetables. You'll get way too much oil. I'm just going to take a pure extra virgin olive oil, and this is our nocellara. It is fresh from Italy. Just a little drizzle. It does not take much. And then I'm going to toss until I see that my vegetables are lightly coated with the oil. This nocellara has a nice big, it's a true medium intensity oil, so it's got great flavor, great for roasting vegetables. Okay, so you can see I have it nicely coated. It's not swimming in oil. And then my favorite, seasonello. This has sea salt, rosemary. It's got garlic. It's got a little bit of sage. It's got a little bit of black pepper. A little bit of that's going to go on.
The recipe is pinned.
Oh, thank you. The recipe for the balsamic chicken is pinned. A little bit of extra pepper. Now it's going onto my cookie sheet that I've lined with foil. There you have it, easy peasy. It's going to go in the oven. It's going to be in there about 20 minutes. That's all it's going to take for my chicken, so then everything will be ready at the same time. Okay, back to the chicken. My pan is hot. I'm going to put a small glug of olive oil. Again, I'm not deep frying this chicken. I'm just going to coat the bottom of the pan. All I want to do, and this is quite hot, all I want to do is sear the chicken. This chicken I pounded. I put it into a plastic bag and I used my great big rolling pin and I just pounded it so that they're about the same thickness, all of them. Now you're only going to need about 2 minutes per side, maybe 3 or 4, depending on the thickness. I did mine kind of thin, so I'm going to do about 2 minutes. So let me know exactly when I'm at that 2-minute mark. I'm not going to touch them. I'm not going to, I want there to create a nice little crust on the bottom there. Not a brown crust, but I don't want to keep moving these because you'll end up shredding the chicken. We want it to get a nice sear on that bottom. So while that's searing, I wanted to tell you about the other thing that I made to have with our chicken. The glaze for this chicken is going to be luscious. And so I didn't want to have too many other competing flavors. So that nicely roasted cauliflower, I want to drizzle a little bit of that sauce, maybe dip a little bit of that cauliflower in the sauce. It'll be wonderful. Same thing with the pasta that I did. This is our bucatini. Wonderful, comes right from Italy. And so all I did with that was boil it in nice salted water and topped it with that same nocellara and a little bit of ground pepper. That's it. We're going to put a little cheese on it and we're going to be done. When you are using our oils and vinegars, as I always say, the flavors are big, one, so don't use too much. And number two, feel free to interchange your oils and vinegars. So with this recipe, if you wanted to do, a fig, you could use fig jam, and you can also use fig balsamic vinegar. You could also do a pear or peach. You'll be surprised at what happens with the spiciness of that harissa oil with the jams. It's really amazing. How am I doing on time?
You're at 1 minute.
1 minute. Oh, I'm talking too fast. Okay, we're going to let those keep going without touching them. For our stores, I know everybody is talking about opening, not opening. We want to thank everybody for really stepping up and helping us stay open, but doing a no contact type of sales. And for right now, we are going to continue that. We will reassess in June, but for right now, we feel that it's working and everyone is being so accommodating. So continue to either go on our website and place your order for shipping or for pickup in our store, or you can actually call the store and also order that way. I'm trying to get as many of the products that are in our store up on our website, but if you want somebody to give you a suggestion, call the store, tell them what you want in oils and vinegars and what other things you're looking for. Maybe we have it. Okay, you can see I got a nice little sear. It's going on the other side. And same thing. 2 minutes. So this chicken is not going to be totally cooked through. It'll be close, but it won't be totally finished because we're going to finish it in the sauce that we're going to create. And the sauce is going to be 1/3 of a cup of seedless raspberry jam, 3 tablespoons of our wild raspberry white balsamic vinegar, shallots, which we're going to saute up as soon as this chicken gets out of there, salt and pepper, and then this incredible Kırmızı biber, which is a Turkish red pepper flake. This is an amazing red pepper flake. There are no seeds in it. I don't know if you can see that. Like the Italian red pepper flakes. They seed the peppers and then they chop them up. They go onto big trays. They roast them. They drizzle them with olive oil and they roast them again. So it's hot, it's spicy, it's also a little bit smoky. How are we doing?
You're just at 1 minute.
Okay, just about there. If you have any questions, you can type them in and Becky will forward them to me. This is a little different than what we usually do, but we're all kind of adjusting. So I'm going to take this. Pardon me?
I'm missing being there.
I miss having her here.
So good.
It does smell really good. Between the roasting cauliflower, the pasta, the chicken, it does smell really good. Okay, so I'm going to take this chicken out. Remember, it's not totally cooked. So the plate that I'm going to put this on is not going to be my serving plate because there may be some raw juices that come off of the chicken. And that's looking good. So grab a separate plate to remove the chicken from the pan. Now my pan has gotten just a little bit dry. I don't need too much more, but I'm going to put one more small bit of oil in there. And in is going to go the shallots. Now the shallots are going to pick up not only the oil, but those little bits that are in the bottom of this pan from the chicken sauteing. That'll just take a minute. Any questions? Bring them on in while we're waiting for this to saute. I've covered everything. I don't even know what to talk about next.
Dinner kits.
Our dinner kits. We have some wonderful dinner kits. We have actually two types. One that is listed on our website as dinner kits. We've put together products that we think will go together really well. We've also given you a recipe and a menu so that you can create from that dinner kit, adding a couple of ingredients, and your dinner is all set for you. You don't have to think about a thing. So check those out. Also new on our website are our Thai for two. These are amazing. I'm so excited about them. This is a company out of Bangkok, and it is traditional, authentic Thai spices and noodles and everything you need except for, again, a couple of ingredients to create a wonderful Thai dinner. And we have pad Thai, we have red curry, which is Penang curry, and we have green curry, and we have a Tom Kai soup. So check those out too. They just went up on the website. If you like Thai food, you're going to be amazed how easy it is. I made it the other night. It actually is enough for 4 people. I'm not sure why it doesn't say Thai for 4, but it's a really big serving if it's only for 2. Okay, shallots are soft. I don't want these to get brown or seared because they'll get kind of an off flavor. In goes the jam. In goes the balsamic vinegar. I'm going to turn this down now because I don't want, I turned it down to a simmer. I don't want to boil the chicken when I get it back in there. Also, you want to be very careful with white balsamic vinegar. As you reduce it, it's very hard to tell. With dark balsamic vinegar, you can see how thick it's getting. With white balsamic vinegar, definitely time it. You only need to do this for a minute or 2. And then the chicken's going to go back in. Because if you over-reduce white balsamic vinegar, as it cools, it becomes almost like candy. It'll stick to your teeth, and your teeth will stick to each other. So you have to be very careful when you reduce white balsamic vinegar. But 2 minutes would be enough.
Barbara says she's enjoying this. Patty says it
Thank you. It smells so good. Okay.
Bob is asking if you could use the raspberry balsamic. I'm assuming he was meaning the dark.
Yes, I have done. Actually, the picture that's on the website is with the dark balsamic vinegar. I thought I'd brighten it up a little here for summer because the white balsamic vinegar, the raspberry, is our summer flavor. So I'd put a little bit of salt and pepper in there. Next is going in 1/4 teaspoon of that Kirmizi babir. Oh, I'm telling you, this is going to be spicy. This almost becomes almost like a I wish I could think of what the smell and the taste of this is. I'm going to now coat the chicken. I've turned that heat way down. This is actually should not be boiling like this. I don't want that to boil. It should just be barely a simmer. So I'm going to keep moving these. I'm going to turn these over, and as this balsamic vinegar cooks, reduces, it's going to start clinging to the chicken. And that's it. This is going to take about another 2 or 3 minutes. The chicken will be cooked through. There's my juices, which is why you don't want to put your cooked chicken back into that plate. I'm going to use a different plate. One of the ways, though, don't just assume it's done. I hope everybody has a wonderful instant read thermometer. This is a great one. It's really instant. We want this chicken to be at 165, and I'm at 155, so this is going to go very quickly. Yep, for all of them. Yep. So another minute, and it'll be done. That's how quick and easy that was. In the meantime, my cauliflower is roasted. I'm going to move this all aside. So I made one earlier so that You wouldn't have to wait around while that one cooked. So you can see it gets nice and reduced and dark. There's my chicken. The sauce you can do one of two ways. You could ladle it onto each one, or you could put it into a bowl and let people put a little more sauce on their own if they would like. The shallots and the balsamic vinegar and the jam is just so wonderful. So there is that. I'm going to grab my mitt because this is hot. I'm going to grab my cauliflower, which lo and behold is already done because I did it earlier. And this, as you can see, I left it in there. It was about 20 minutes, a nice little sear on that. It's got a nice clean flavor. It doesn't need anything other than the seasonello. A little bit of this pasta. And I wish you were all coming over for dinner.
I'll be glad when I can be there again.
There we go. A little cheese on that pasta. And voila! There's your dinner. And it was all done, really. The water, start that first, get your pasta done, put your cauliflower in the oven, make your chicken. And let's see where we're at over here. I bet we're done. I'm going to turn this over one more time. And now I'm switching tongs to clean tongs because those other tongs I used on the raw chicken. And I don't know if they got hot enough from that raw chicken. That's one of the things you really want to watch as you're cooking and grilling. This looks great. Let me check the temperature. $159, we're there. 160, 162, 165, we're good. There it is. Raspberry chicken. You're gonna absolutely love it. Give it a try. Thanks so much for joining me. And don't forget, go to our website, make your orders. You can pick it up from the store. You can have it shipped. And thank you all very much for being so accommodating on that and for keeping the olive scene open. You really, really, really have helped us.